Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Nancy. How are you? It popped up on my TV. Nice and big as clear as day. Hi, hi, hi. Let me get my glasses on so I can see. You are on after me again. I didn't mute my TV. I'm just realizing. Okay, let's mute it all. There we go. Can you hear me okay? Get my head on straight. Oh my goodness. So I have been prepping a little here. I hope I didn't do too much, but if I did, I've got some things I can show you guys. So this should be fun. I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do until it came right good. Thank you. Until it came right down to it. And then I went to go use, oh, you're awesome, babe. Thank you. I went to go use my Waverly White. My light might be too bright here, but I went to use my Waverly White chalk paint, and I had to send the husband downstairs to microwave it and mix it up and try to get it going again because it was dried up. Like, it's 3/4 of the way full and it was all dried up. And it worked, but I may not need it at this point. In the meantime, I used something else. So I had my white Chalkology paste available, and it's chalk paint basically. So I used it instead, and I'll show you what I did with that in just a second. Okay, so I was like freaking out because I was like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And I wasn't sure. I was going to try to use this new board that I got. It's called an infinity board. Wilshire Collections, in partnership with someone that she knows, put these out not too long ago. There's a patent pending on it. I need to turn my ring light down, I think, just a little bit. But, yeah, YouTube. And it's really cool. Like, why didn't I think of this? Why didn't you think of this? Why didn't we all think of this, right? So we've all seen boards where you can like put little slots down and stuff like that, and turn them around, like calendars mostly you see it in. But this thing, the little lid is magnetic on it. And I got the plain one so that I could stain it or paint it. I'm not quite sure yet what I'm going to do with it. And then these are metal. They're tin on one side and white on the other. And I think there's like a peely, there's like a plastic peely thing that you peel off one or both sides, I'm not sure. And I don't remember, they're a little on the expensive side, but it's called an infinity board because literally the possibilities are endless. Like, you could paint something, you could Mod Podge, you could get a magnet of some kind and, you know, display some magnets on this, whatever you wanted to. You could really do anything, and they're double-sided, so you could like do something on one side and then flip it around and do something this way. And I think I have 6. There's the one in the slot, and then there's 5 more that just kind of sit back here and you can switch them out. So I wanted to share that with you real quick, not because I'm trying to sell them for her or anything like that. I'm not affiliated with her in any way or anything. I just thought it was really cool. And this is a smaller one. She's got bigger ones as well. So anyway, Nancy, saw your follow-up video, and your gnomes came out so cute last week. Anyway, let me get my camera down and get started before I get too winded talking too much here. But first, let me go through tonight's lineup. And to your right, I think, you have Michele with Design&Vine. That's me. Then you have Nancy with Little Treasures by Nancy. And then, and she's at 6. And then at 7 Central Standard Time, you have Annie with Indie Annie Jones and Crafty Peep at the same time. And potentially. I'm going to throw that in there in case Tammy doesn't make it. But it looks like they're planning on going together this evening. And then at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, you have Kristy with Kristy's Crafty Cottage. And all the times, of course, are central. And our theme is back to school. So let me turn my camera downward. And I've got a lot going on here. So I picked up this board. I mentioned I was going to use that infinity board tonight because this transfer that I have, you cut it right here, and you use this as like the composition notebook marking if you want to decorate with that, or you can just use this little square piece right here, and it just fit perfectly in there. But I decided to hold off on this until I read back up on it and can figure out exactly what goes on there, because I know you can do sublimation and stuff like that, but I want to get straight how to work on it before I start messing with it. But I do have this transfer. The influence of a good teacher can never be erased, okay? Then I had this big pencil from when I wanted to do, and it's a real pencil, y'all. That's like a huge piece of lead that really writes. So I said hi to Nancy. Hi, Tanya. I didn't see you here. And hi, Charlene. Who else? Oh, okay. I thought you said Debbie. So it really writes. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's a real pencil. And it's cute as all get out. And my dogs thought it was a bone the other day, and we're trying to run away with it. But I was going to use this in some sort of way, and I still may. I'm not sure yet. And then I had this. I was going to do wreath making when I first started out, because that's what I started out doing many, many years ago. And I also had the school days sign. And then I decided, oh, just keep that for reference for colors, because it's kind of cute. So I'm not going to use this either. But I am going to keep it just to the side for a second. Oh, Harneal Media, yes. What's your first name? My husband and I are both, it's like awful. We never remember. Oh, that's okay, Tanya. Be careful. Okay, so what I did decide on is I picked up this book. It's actually an art book. It's not a notebook. But the surface on it just reminded me of something that we could do with this transfer. Steve, thank you. Hi, Steve. So I'm going to use the transfer on this to show you a cute idea that you can do.
Hey, Liz.
And I'm also, hi, Liz. I'm also going to use the transfer on this Dollar Tree, which originally started this color, okay? The surface and everything was this color of wood. And I painted it, I prepped it with Waverly ink and my Chalkology paste, but you could very easily use your Waverly white. And all I did was I used a regular paintbrush and painted it black, okay, or ink, I should say, it's called. And I let that dry, and then I took the white chalk paint with a chippy brush. I'm sure you all know what a chippy brush looks like, right? And with the white paint, I just ever so lightly brushed over it after the black was dry. And it ended up being a little more, I was trying to create the look of a chalkboard, okay? So it ended up being a little too much white. So I took the same chippy brush and I just dabbed it a couple times in the black and went over all of the white, and this is what I came up with. Now for the edges, I wanted it to kind of look old, so I took my Waverly, what is this stuff called? I knew if I didn't label it, I was going to forget. This is the stain. It's Waverly as well. Good grief. I put it in this bottle, and now I don't remember the name of it, but I'll look it up, and if anybody needs to know, I'll let you know what that is. Took a tiny bit of that and put it on the edges. And then I took some more of the chalk paste that was on the chippy brush and just went around, and then I just sanded it a little to kind of just blend it all together. Now this board I got at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. Check it out, guys. You don't have to cut the twine. You just, it's like one of those gift bag tabs. You just stick it down back through, hopefully. Yeah, you pull it through and then you pull it and it snags on the back. So that's kind of an upgrade, but this was $1.25 at the Dollar Tree, and it is kind of, you can see right there, it's slightly flimsy. You could always add another tack to that or put some glue to hold it together a little better. I've been kind of a little rough with it with the sanding and everything, so I may add some beads if I have some time. First thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to take one of these Dollar Tree apples that I've already added some Dollar Tree dry decks to, okay, and actually this may not be, this is DAP. This, you can't get this at the Dollar Tree, but they do have spackle that you can get at the Dollar Tree. So I filled this in, and all I have to do is take my Dollar Tree sander and just sand over that little bump to make it smooth. I'm doing it over my garbage can so I don't get a lot of dust everywhere. I'm going to take this out of the package. So at any given moment tonight, I will probably have, yikes, they seal it in different places on all the different sizes. I'm going to have 2 or 3 different things going on here. Things drying and paste being laid down. So let's see if we can get both of these projects done in my 1 hour time slot. So I'm going to take my scissors. Now I used to be a designer. I am no longer a designer. I do know a couple if you want to try to get one of these for yourself. I have my 2 grandchildren are 14 and 16. They're both in high school. I'm going to use this on this, but I'm going to paint my apple first, and then we're going to do this part. I'm going to heat up my, not my stencil, and my transfer, but I'm going to heat up my sticker just a little bit so that it peels right off, hopefully. Or not. Usually works like a charm, guys. I'm not too careful on this, I might melt the plastic, because this is plastic. So I don't want to give it too much heat. So I'm just going to get this sticker off with my nail, I guess. This was $3 in the plus section at Dollar Tree. They have these all the time in the little art section. Not in the craft section, it's down the plus aisle, and or plus area, whichever you have.
But they really don't want you to get that sticker off there.
No, they don't want me to get the sticker off, do they? So I'm going to take a little bit of alcohol, try to get the sticky off of this. And you're going to see how quick and easy this is going to come together. Ah, that worked perfectly. All right. We as crafters have some very sharp tools, don't we? All right, now, the fun part. I guess, let me paint my apple first, okay? So, I do need green because there is a stem on here. So let me grab some green. When I think of school, I think of very bright colors, so I grabbed a bright red. This is Apple Barrel Flag Red. Grab a brush. That should be plenty. And this can be off to the side drying. We do other things, so I will get this out of the way. Get your edges, make sure you get your edges. Sometimes apple barrel can be a little watery. This red seems to be a little on the watery side. Grab some of this extra off of the surface and go around the edge. I'm not going to worry about the back. How is everyone doing today? We had a somewhat cooler day. It was very sunny, but it was only like 78 degrees, which is a lot cooler than it has been lately. I have some, let's see, I have Christmas green and I have coffee bean for the stem and the leaf. So let me rinse my brush off. My very muddy water. Just need a tiny drop of this brown for the stem. Great, my paintbrush is falling apart. And it didn't matter so much that I went over onto the stem with the red because I knew I was coming over here with the brown. Put that aside. Literally, my brush is falling apart, y'all. These are good brushes, too. It's all in the way you clean them, so it's probably somewhere down the line my fault. I let them soak for too long or something. But the paint is literally cracking and chipping off of here, which is not easy to do, but I managed. So that's Christmas green. And there we have our apple. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm going to put that aside and let it dry. Yikes. I'm running out of room, guys. Just rub off this extra paint. Put my paintbrush in the water. And put that over there. So I did some cleaning in my craft room, and my daughter found this ruler ribbon, and then I thought I was going to use the red too, but I ended up not using it. And I was thinking to myself, yellow ruler? What's that? A yellow ruler? I couldn't recall why there would have been a yellow ruler, and then I referred back to my sign. There's your yellow ruler. Funny. So I don't know. Do you all remember yellow rulers? I remember the yellow pencils, but not the rulers. Okay, so now we're going to do our notebook. And this is going to be significantly easy. The only problem I see me encountering is bleed through. So I'm going to put this up at the top, kind of lined up, I guess, with the edge as best I can. I may not have cut it perfectly straight, so that's fine. You're not going to know the difference. No one's going to know the difference. And we're going to take some white paste, and the surface is black, so we're going to get that composition notebook look by using this part of the transfer up at the top. It's going to look cute. And we're going to put it down at the bottom as well. Scrape off the excess. And as soon as I peel this up, I'm going to put it down at the bottom. No bleed through. Isn't that cute? This would be such a cute idea for a teacher. I'm going to put it, lay it down here, and I'm not really concerned about lining it up, you know, as far as making it even and all of that, because I think that would be too much of a headache, and it's not that important that it line up perfectly. But if you wanted to line it up, you could do so. But this is where these transfers come in really handy, because like, where could you find a composition notebook pattern unless you like printed it on your Cricut and had special transfer paper that you could use to cut it out? So this just makes it kind of easy, and you can use these over and over again as long as you keep care of them. They last way longer than the 10 to 12 times that they tell you. So now we've got those two markings, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in my little pail of water that I have over here. I'm going to swish it around for a second and just let that soak until after my live. Let me show you where I put it. So it's just muddy distilled water. We use distilled water for our transfers, and if you need to add any to your inks. All right, I'm going to turn this back around toward me and grab a paper towel. Now, how cute would it be to take an apple? I just thought of this. Take an apple and put a little popsicle stick behind it. I don't have one handy, sorry guys. Put a little popsicle stick behind it and use it as a bookmark. That would be cute. I didn't think of that till just now though, so my popsicle sticks are somewhere else, and I have another use for the apple, so we're not going to do that. So I turn this around to face me. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and show Michelle some love. Thank you, Nancy. Yes, I would really appreciate that, guys. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and center this, maybe going a little higher with it toward the top. That's about centered though, so this is going to look cute, guys. Watch, watch, watch. Okay, now because it's black, I had taken out my black because I wasn't sure if I was going to use it or not. I have yellow and I have red. Well, they're called Bumblebee. Hopefully my Bumblebee is good, and Candy Apple. And I don't even think I've opened this. Let's see. Nope, I haven't, but sometimes, okay, it looks good as long as it's not moldy, because their pastes get moldy. So I'm just going to give this a stir. If you have them longer than a year and you're opening and closing it, sometimes they just, from the air hitting them too many times, they get moldy. So if you're like an avid chalk couture designer and you're chalking like every single day, then you're going to use your paste up before it goes bad. But I've had this one for a while, and you saw me just open it, so I'm going to put this in my dirty water over there. I think I'm going to use white, yellow, and red on this. And my red is looking good. I'm just going to give it a stir. Now, if they're dry, my white one was dry just before the live, and you can spray a little bit of distilled water in them, stick them in the microwave, what, 5 seconds, Joe? About 7 seconds, and give it a stir, and this is what you get. Yummy, normal paste again. So,
I don't know about yummy though.
yeah, maybe not yummy, but somebody's hungry. All right, I'm going to make my ruler yellow. This is dry already. I think I'm going to do erased and red, because your eraser kind of has that pink. I can mix a color. Let's do that. Let's mix a color. Let me take 2 stirs. Let's make it a little more pink, like an eraser. So I'm going to take some red and some white. I probably need more white than I do red. But I'm going to try to pink this down, more like an eraser. So the only thing about mixing your paste is you have to be okay with either A, throwing it away when you're done, because now I have nowhere to put it, right? Or B, investing in some other little small jars, which I have, but I just don't think I'm going to use this color anytime soon, and it'll go bad before I use it. So I'm probably just going to throw mine away. It's not a whole lot, so no worries. All right. So I have my eraser pink, and maybe I won't use red. Maybe I'll use mostly white with just touches of red and yellow, or this color. So let me do the word erased in the eraser color. And I'm using their, what they call their multi-tool, because you can use this for various things. But also getting into small spaces like this. Just making sure to cover each letter. A little bit goes a long way. I didn't mix that very well, so some of that white streaked in there, but that's okay. That makes it unique, right? I'm just taking the excess off. And then I'm going to wipe off my tool. And I'm going to lift the transfer so that it releases the paste onto the surface and doesn't dry. Because once it dries, it'll pull up with the transfer. So there you have the word erased, okay? Now I'm going to come in with the yellow and do the ruler. This is itty bitty teeny. So I'm just going to go like this right up here on that ruler, making sure to get that paste down in there. And I do have other colors. We could make it really, really colorful, but we also don't have a whole lot of time, so it is what it is. So now I'm going to pull this from the top to release that paste down onto the surface like we did before. We have our little bitty ruler. Isn't that cute? I know you can't see it up close yet, but you will in a second. I'm going to wipe off my multi-tool again, swish it in some water. Let me see if there's anywhere else I can add a spot of color. Let's see. I can maybe, I kind of want all of these letters to be white, and the little, maybe I'll do the arrow in yellow. I'll do the little arrow over here in yellow, like so. It's going to look like ketchup and mustard, isn't it? Two things that I do not eat. I do not like ketchup and I do not like mustard. I'm a weirdo, according to my family, because every one of them loves it. Anyone else out there not like ketchup and mustard? Or is it just me? I think that's it. I think I'm going to do the rest in white, y'all. So let me put my little tool down. Grab another squeegee. And go up to the top here. I'm just squeegeeing these letters up at the top. And I may go back to using my multi-tool here in just a second because I have some letters that are in between the ruler. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use my little tool. I have an even tinier tool right here. I'm gonna use this. So this is just another tool that they put out, and it's got a little tiny squeegee end on it. Maybe I'll do B using this one because I have to get really close to that red. And I may lift here at this point just so that I can release that paste onto the surface. And then finish the white. Okay. Oh, cutie. So I'm not lifting it all the way, okay? And I'm just laying it back down. Go back to my squeegee. And we're going to finish the pens and the pencils and the little book and the rest of the words in white paste. And again, once I rinse off this transfer, I can use it over and over again. Listen to me selling their product. I mean, I love it. It's, you know, why I joined their little caravan of love for transfers and using chalk paste this way. I actually like the ink better. You can ink on fabric with these transfers, and it's really cool to use. Okay, so I think, pretty sure we got all that. So I'm going to put that in my little pail, and I'm going to just go ahead and take this off altogether. And I think the only thing that got a little messed up was the little arrow, but you can still tell that it's an arrow. But how cute is that? I got a drop of water or something down there, but when it dries, actually, my head is telling me don't mess with it, Michelle. But actually, if I dab it there, once it dries, it'll be fine. Look, guys, how cute. So it's actually an Art Pages book for $3 at the Dollar Tree. And it's got the composition notebook look to it, but it's got this cute little saying. How cute is that? I love it. I think it came out great. So now let's go over to our little board here. Let me close up my pastes. Give me just a moment. I'm going to use the same transfer. So
it's very nice.
Isn't it cute? I think it turned out cute. Let me do this. I'm going to just lay these on top for the moment because I'm going to use the same transfer. Michelle, I just put my whole finger on that, but that's okay. I can fix it. So this little tool at the end is a little pointy tool right here, and you can actually go along little mistakes that you make and scrape them off and then fill them in with a tiny brush. And I put my finger, let me show you what I'm doing. I put my finger right there and I messed it up, dang it. But I can scrape that extra off with this little scraper and then go in with a brush. And I can even wet this and get more of that off. So, but it turned out cute. And I'm going to put it aside so it can finish drying without my fingers touching it. Now, for this, I was going to use the same transfer. So let me show you how I clean it and then reuse it. And they do stain, so probably the red, not so much the white, will stay on here. Time check. Yeah, I got time.
25 minutes.
Yes, sir. Sorry, Bob. This is a, what's this called, Joe? Oh, an eraser, a board eraser. So this, it's kind of, it feels like a Mr. Clean thingy. What's that, Joe?
Dry erase.
Dry, no.
Cool.
Is that what it is? Magic erase, yes. Look, it's even taken the paint off my fingers, guys. Look at that. So it's like a Mr. Clean thing. And I bought them and it works the same. So, but they call it a board eraser now. You see how nicely that one came clean, right? Let me move my board before I start saying words I don't want to say. This one came relatively clean, and I'm going to lay it sticky side up and just let it dry for a second, and then I'm going to find my other one in this murky water, and I'm going to try to get most of the paste off of the top, and you'll see when I lift it out, the red stains, even with the board erase. Sometimes if you stand here and you just rub, it'll come out if you're really meticulous about cleaning these off, but you'll see a shadow of the red still on there, and that's okay. It's not affecting the transfer itself, but the colors are known because I guess of the dyes or pigments that they use in them. They're supposed to be eco-friendly, so I don't think they use dyes, but whatever they use to color the ink, or the ink in the paste, it does stain, but it's not going to hurt anything. And you can typically wash it out of your clothes and stuff too. And it works real well on like washing off your squeegees real quick. Otherwise you got to kind of stand there and work on them for a second. It comes off, I mean, it's chalk paint, so it comes off relatively easy. All right. We always save our backers. You can see I've got my 2 backers here because once that's dry, they go right back on the backer for next use. But we're going to use them again, okay? Now, you ask, how do you dry it off for use? I'm just going to dab it. I can use my cloth that I have, or I can use my Chocateur cloth. You're not really supposed to use a paper towel, but I'm just being lazy. And you can see it maintains its sticky. I don't know how, but it just does, okay? I don't know how. They probably have a patent on that or something. But it's an adhesive on the back. And you can see that's relatively dry. Gonna flip it around for a quick second and get the front dry, not too long because it will stick to that. And just rub the little piece like that, and it'll dry off on this paper towel. Okay, so what are we going to do next? We are going to take this board, self-made chalkboard here, and we're going to use the same transfer, and this time make a sign with it. So you can see how versatile these transfers are. You can put them on anything. I mean, I could take this hat and put a transfer on it if I wanted to. I would use ink more likely than not, but I'm going to help the brown along a little bit because it's not exactly... I wonder if I have my black marker over here, my paint marker, because I could... What is this? This is upside down. I have no idea what this is. I have paint markers somewhere over the rainbow. But you could just use a magic marker too, like a Sharpie, and just add little lines. Hopefully the Sharpie works to add a little dimension to it. So, of course it doesn't. Let's see what this is. This is much thinner. So just adding a little bit of detail around the edges here. I don't know if you like to do this.
They go downstairs?
Who, Dad?
No, the dogs.
I don't know.
Well, I guess you took them outside.
Maybe. So I just added a few lines to kind of add some dimension to that. And we're gonna probably just stick that in the corner. And I made a bow ahead of time, so I wouldn't be rushing to try to make a bow at the very end. So I was thinking, let me go ahead and just do our design in the middle. And this one's gonna be all white, I believe. Because I don't know if I will have enough room to put that border. I'm just eyeballing it because that's the type of person I am. I'm just an eyeball it type of person. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? So now I'm just going through the transfer like I did before with the paste, getting it all on the letters. You'll see a lot of people sometimes will take a big glob and just kind of line it on the bottom like this, and then take the big squeegee and just pull it all the way to the top like this. And that's probably easiest if you're just doing one color. I already had this one kind of out and ready, but they do have a really big handled squeegee as well. So we're going all white on the chalkboard because chances are in the classroom you do not have different color chalk, right? Probably. Yeah, we did. Yeah, they do still make it, but did you ever have it in your classroom? I don't think so. Maybe in an art class. I don't think we ever had it in the classroom. So you get all that on there, and then you're done with your squeegee, and then you can put this back in the water. Hopefully it does not peel off my black paint, because sometimes they're just that sticky that they will do that. So I'm trying to go a little slow, kind of work it from side to side maybe. There we go. In the water it goes, and it'll come clean nicely. Let me dry it this time. You can really do all kinds of stuff with this. If you have little apples, you can put little apples and little worms and little books and things all around this. Nancy, you're the queen of little. You probably have a lot of little things, or can come up with ways to do little, cute little things. Little, cute little things. So that would be kind of an ideal thing to do on this. I'm going to add hot glue where I want my apple to be, okay, on the edge of the board, because if I put it to the back of the apple, it's not going to stick. Or I need, like, I don't know where to put it on the apple. You know what I mean. Get a good amount on there, and I'm just going to kind of angle it a little bit. And then we're going to take some beads, and you can color these beads if you want. I'm going to take out one side of this. Again, it's got that little metal tip that just slides in and out, like so. How cute would this be with some yellow beads, huh? How much time do I have? Oh, I got plenty of time.
15 minutes.
I got plenty of time. You didn't bring me a bowl, dude.
Oh, no.
It's fine. I will just brush some paste on here. Quick. Let's see. I don't know how many I'm gonna need, so let's try to figure that out real quick. Roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
You want me to get you a bowl?
10, 15, 16, 17, 18. We'll do 18. And I'm just going to use my chalk paste. Let me seal these up. I could glue this pencil to the side of the sign. That would be cute. And then just use natural beads. That's a massive pencil. I have a regular size pencil. I've got a couple of them actually. I could do a few of those, going different directions on the inside, or no, that's not going to work on the edges, but just as look at that. They're number 2 pencils too. We're ready for a test. What do you think? Should I add the pencils? Oh, good question. So the bow is maybe too yellow for all these pencils. The bow can either go in the top and I can make these shorter, or on the corner. Thank you. I almost forgot about the bow. The pencil, the yellows clash, so I'm not going to do the pencils. These do need to be a little shorter. That is a good, thank you so much for reminding me about my bow.
You have to cut that bowl a little bit. There's more influences to cut.
I know, that's what I said. Joseph Borelli, he doesn't listen when I talk. Men listen when you talk. I can't cut it too much smaller, but I can move it like so. So it's going across like that. That would be cute. Just turn that down a little and glue it in the corner, and then put some natural beads here, or red beads. I don't know, it's missing a lot, isn't it?
Well, I think it looks cute.
Should I put some composition notebook on here? I could put it on all 4 sides. Would that be too much? Maybe at the top and at the bottom? Or just at the top?
I just think the bottom.
I know. Where's Bethwyn? She may not be feeling well. Let me put some of these on natural and see what they look like. Look at how nicely, guys, this is like its own bead threader here. How crazy is that? This little metal thing on the end, they just slip right onto that. So you don't have to worry about, oh, they are thinking of us crafters, let me just say. I like the natural, actually, but I can go back and paint them even after they're on here. How neat is that this is acting like a little bead threader, so your jute isn't getting like all unraveled at the end. Oh, I took too many apparently because it's almost full. So I'm using the jute that it came with, and it has this little metal thing. It's so cute. One more maybe. So I got too many. And then we need room to put it back down through. OMG. I am going to put a little bit of this up here. Should I do it in eraser pink or just keep it white? And then put the bow up here. Keep it white? What do you think? 10 minutes. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, thank you. Ended up not needing this. All right, I'm gonna make it white. I'm just gonna go with it and make it white.
And your bow is covering it.
No, just a little bit. It's fine. Joe's worried about covering the bow. The bows usually cover something, you know.
She said
Wouldn't
put
be a
that-
bow
she
if
said
it didn't.
put it at the bottom.
I can put it at the bottom too. It's okay if it covers a little bit at the top. Should I put one at the bottom and the top?
Tammy said that.
Hi, Tammy.
Charlene said. Tammy said that she was under the weather.
Oh, thank you for telling me that. I will have to message her later. Zoinks! I can't get it up. Somebody watched Scooby-Doo when she was a kid. I say yikes and zoinks all the time. Oh, that's cute. And then one down here? Or just leave it? And one at the bottom. If I can get this under here just a little bit. See, I'm doing it after apple. So it's kind of tricky to get it down there. Up. Maybe that's what I should do. Lay it down here. And I've got glue. No, we don't want you glue. Go away. There. That is not straight, Michelle. Hi.
Hi.
What you doing?
Seeing what you were doing?
I'm making back to school stuff. Your favorite things.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Aren't you so much happy to be going back to school?
So happy.
So
It's my
happy.
favorite place to be.
Your favorite place. I'm sure the teachers appreciate that. She's being facetious, y'all.
Very much so.
It's not her favorite place.
No, not at all.
Not at all. Bow. Oh, that's cute. Yes, indeedy. All right.
One time we used to feel safe at school. Now
No, you don't feel safe at school anymore. All right, let's get this bow down. In the corner. With my Lynn Lily glue gun. How cute is that? Guys, I was like, back to school. What am I going to do back to school? And I'm loving these. I'm loving that. It's so cute. What do you guys think? We made two things with the same transfer. Look at how cute. A little chalkboard that you can legit like reuse that for something else. And with a little ruler bow and a little notebook for a teacher that I put my finger on and have to fix, but it's all dry now. But how cute did these turn out? How cute. A little apple with a little bead hanger up at the top. And all of this, let's see, everything but these came from Amazon, the beads. The board is Dollar Tree. The apple's Dollar Tree. The book is Dollar Tree. The transfer is, of course, Chalkature. And the paste. But and that tends to be on the more expensive side. But how cute for these surfaces to do something like this on, even if you do it with a Cricut, or if you just write it on. Saying itself is so cute. You can't see the there. The influence of a good teacher can never be erased. And it is 6:55 my time. So I'm going to move this aside. Well, actually, I'm just going to leave it right there, and I'm going to show y'all some things that I got. Why? Because I can, because I have a couple minutes. So you've all seen these little cutouts, right? I used the apples tonight. I also got some packs. This is all Dollar Tree. I got some packs of words, the Thankful Harvest Welcome, and I don't think I have these. I know I have some of these, but Haunted, Spooky, and Beware I don't have. And this is actually from the Target dollar spot. I grabbed this surface for $3, and this is really nice. I almost used this tonight, but then I found this square one, and I thought it would be perfect for what I was doing. I also grabbed this bat because I thought he was really cute, so I'll probably do something with him at some point. And this ghost, because I just thought he was just too cute. I don't know what I'm going to do with him yet, but you could even add googly eyes. Just be really careful when you're picking up stuff like this, especially from the Dollar Tree, because it can cut you. The edges can cut you. So I got some maple leaves, and then I got this, and I thought, how cute would that be? Painted out or with a napkin on it. I love this antique looking frame, and then the two little bats. I'm not really big on Halloween, but I thought this one was kind of cute with the house in the middle. They have one, I think, too, that says either Haunted House or Happy Halloween. So those I picked up real quick at the Dollar Tree today. I didn't get a whole bunch because I've been organizing and I've been finding a lot of stuff. So I did want to show this again because I just think that this is really cool. This is an infinity frame, and Wilshire Collections is putting them out. I am not affiliated with her or anything. I just think it's really cool because it has so many different things that all these surfaces come with it, and you can use both sides. You can sublimate on them, you can Mod Podge, you can draw art, you can marker, anything you want, crayons, paint, transfers. I could have done this on here tonight, and I got the raw wood one because I think I want to stain mine, but you can get it already stained out or already painted out, and they're kind of on the expensive side, but I like the fact that it's an infinity frame, that you can change it out and turn it both ways and do whatever you want with it. So, and it's magnetic up at the top, and they have a patent pending for it. So let's see, 2 more minutes to Nancy.
Say goodbye.
Yes, let me say my thank yous and ask you all to please hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to grow my channel as well as my Facebook page. I did go over 200 on YouTube, which I'm really excited about, and I just hit 2,000 on my Facebook page, so I'm super excited about that. And you should go follow me on Facebook because I'm going to be giving away some Chocator. I almost ended my stream. I'm going to be giving away some Chocator, some transfers and some surfaces and things like that. So little kits and things that you can kind of try it out if you want. So go follow me on Facebook, and I'll be doing giveaways there pretty soon. Anyway, head on over to Little Treasures with Nancy. By Nancy? Is it with Nancy or by Nancy? By Nancy. With Nancy. Both. And have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of the crafters this evening. You'll watch Indiana Jones and potentially Tammy with Crafty Peep, and then Kristy with Kristy's Crafty Cottage. So head on over to Nancy's channel right now, and that is Little Treasures by Nancy with Nancy. And let's see what she has in store for us this night. Tonight, I will see you in the chat is what I meant to say. God bless you guys. Good night, and thanks for joining me. Bye.